inside the 10-yard line. He'll bring it back. And the return man showing great vision to be able to find some space and put his team in much better field position. This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. To the ground, to the back. Creates a little space. A confident, tough, efficient line gets it up to the 44.
Well, it's plays like that that will help this offense stay in rhythm all game long. If you can have that kind of success on first down running the football, it just opens up your entire playbook.
This crowd. And here comes it, letting him know it's going to be a long day. Floating away. That's it, Pop. He's got an open man. Throwing the defense in chase mode, and they finally get him down at the 35. This guy makes it look easy, just like a lot of recent Ohio State quarterbacks have.
Man, you can set your watch by these guys. I mean, whether it's C.J. Stroud, Justin Fields, we can keep going back year after year. They always got a really good signal caller that you can really depend on to make big plays.
They'll snap it on first down from the 35. Looking for room. It's Jackson. Makes mistakes, and he may get more. Brought down just outside the red zone. He moves the chains. It's at the 22.
You want to get the crowd out of the game? Make it boring. Pound the football. Run the football right at them. It takes the juice away. It takes that sauce away. You don't get to those third down situations where they get absolutely bonkers, and it's hard for the quarterback to even think. Just run the football right at them.
Right back to the win. They are ready this time. Tackle behind the line of scrimmage after that big run. The defense answers.
I love when defensive backs come up and they are physical. They stick their face in the thing and they aren't scared. Talking to the defensive coordinator coming into this game, he knew his DBs had to tackle well. They had to get these running backs off the ground. Great start on this first half.
Draws the run on that last one. It's second and 11. The give to the back. Finding an escape route. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a first down.
I think throughout the week in practice, when they were game planning their opening script, I don't even know if they envisioned it going as well as it has. This has been beautiful. Nice balance, really nice rhythm. It feels like everything they're dialing up here on their first drive of the game is working to perfection.
And he launches it for the score. Touchdown, Buckeyes.
And that's why this offense is so hard to stop, guys. This quarterback can hurt you throwing it and running it. With his speed, he can make people look silly. And we saw it right there on the opening drive of the game. What a beautiful touchdown.
And he did make that extra point, no issue with the treacherous footing. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. From the gun, running back has it. Finds Zach Priest, and he's got 4 out to the 29.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
Back to pass on second down. And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense.
That's what I'm talking about. That is how you close. And when a guy's going to make a catch, you make sure he doesn't make it. Physicality, using your pads, running through him, and guess what? Not only this play does he feel it, next time he tries to go over the middle or feels footsteps, this will pay dividends.
It's brilliant. And he'll have to check his feelings after that blitz, but he did get the first down.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on third down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter. Love the push by the offensive line on that RPO play. Look how they just worked the single teams and the double teams. You see linemen chipping off of their guys and climbing into the second level and getting a hat on the linebacker. That's why those types of plays are successful.
Going to take a shot on second and short. In the backfield, it's Williams. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
And listen, if I'm the quarterback, I'm trying to dump the ball off to my playmaker and make this a manageable third down. Get something positive. But how about the defense just reacting so fast, getting to the running back, and getting that sucker on the ground in the open field?
They'll try to run for it. And the defense stands up this offensive line and stuffs him right at the line of scrimmage. He didn't get it.
Well, the defense got the stop there on 3rd and 1. Let's see if they can do it again here on 4th and inches there.
I just got to find a way to fall forward, be physical. We work on this all week. You know you're going for it on 4th down.
Boy, if they don't convert this 4th down, there will be questions to be answered. And the 4th down pass falls incomplete, and they'll have to give up the football.
Nice job by the defense. Great pass defense, getting in the lanes, doing a really good job understanding they were going to throw the football on this 4th down. They played it well. Incomplete pass. Defense turns to offense.
Leaves it with the back. And a nice run there before the defense finally makes a stop.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive, you can turn around, hand it off, get a push on the front, and go get positive.
Buckeyes can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Motion from the wide receiver. They'll run it from the gun. They bring him down, and not before he's able to pick up the 1st down. As they unpack the pile, it's part of Ohio State's DNA to have a lethal running game.
And this is a trend, Reese. We can go back as long as you want to go back. And we can go back a couple years to J.K. Dobbins, and we can go all the way back to Eddie George. They always find great running backs at Ohio State.
Almost intercepted. They took a shot on 1st down and just about turned the thing over.
Well, this defense was ready for go balls. Against this receiver and his speed. He's one of the fastest in the country. They knew this quarterback was going to try to take the top off the defense. That time they couldn't link up. But if you're on defense, just know they're going to try that play again.
Looking downfield, it's St. Clair. And that pass will be jarred loose on 2nd down. That brings up 3rd down.
And you see those balls in practice sometimes. They're just off the mark. You don't know how to control it. You don't know what goes wrong. Sometimes QBs miss, and it's an incompletion.
You want to talk about shaking down thunder from the sky. That's what they're doing here on 3rd down. Fires toward the end zone. Oh, he had the deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers.
It's a great job by the back end of the defense that time, making up for what the front end of the defense couldn't do. He had there to throw that ball, but it was the hit from coverage that forces the incompletion.
Hunt is in the air. On the move, looking for a little sliver of hope. Just a wall of defenders everywhere he looks, and he's guided out of bounds after a short return. Opening play of this drive will come from their own 23. They'll leave it with the lone back. Not a lot of room to pound his way ahead for 2 out to the 26.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground, take away that run game, make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. might be changing the route. Wide receiver comes in motion. To the air on second down. Quickly to the tight end. That's a really good tackle there, giving up some size and still making the play. You know, David, this is really what game managing is. Nice pickup on second down to help them on the next play.
Yeah, I think people look at that negative sometimes, finding a quarterback that's a game manager. No, use your brain. Set up good situations. I'm way more successful when I can keep those sticks at a more manageable situation, and I'm not as predictable on a third down.
Third and short like that on your own side of the field, you're just looking for a quick hitter. You're trying to get the ball out of your hand quickly, but the timing completely off there for the offense, and the ball falls incomplete.
The Irish send out the punt unit. They'll have to punt for the first time this afternoon. Makes the catch at the 30. They make the stop, and that is exactly what you want out of your punt cover unit. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. On the run, it's Jackson. Flies through the defense. He fights his way forward, gets away from one, but not much doing on that one.
Well, this is a defense that we know takes tons of pride stopping the run. That's where it all starts and ends for them, and you saw a great effort on that last play.
Time winding down, and the Brewers, they come to the line. Takes this handoff and headed to the right. And they'll make the stop, and we are headed to the end of the first period. Well, guys, Ohio State has the lead here. And we've come to the end of one, and let's take a quick moment to catch up on the stats. They are lined up and ready to go and get things started here in the second. So they go back to work after the break, and it is third down. Dropping back, it's St. Clair. Gonna take a shot. A big-time catch along the sidelines. Got the foot down, and an excellent throw, too.
That's what's so scary about this offense. They've got guys in the perimeter that can change the game in one single play, and you saw it right there. Too much speed on the perimeter to create that explosive play.
And the Buckeyes have it with a 1st and 10. Wants to go up top on first down. That's reeled in. It's Jackson. Good pickup, a little bit short of sticks.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense, catching the football.
The Buckeyes can really attack on this 2nd and short. Looking for a gap. It's Jackson. Brought down after a good pickup, and they're in the red zone at the 20.
And a nice crisp run. Great job. Maybe expecting pass, second down, but really good job running the football, committing to it, getting the first down.
The Buckeyes have this offense rolling. They'll give it to him again. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. A lot of times we don't focus on it enough. How important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move right away, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Wants to go up top. Makes the grab. Crisp execution in the passing game, and they've got it down to the 3.
Well, it wasn't a great start for this quarterback, but on this drive, he seems to be turning the corner. He just looks like he's playing in a different rhythm. He's seeing the field better. It's almost as if the game is starting to slow down for him. I think on that last completion, it was a good example of it.
Looks as if he's going to run it. He'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, Ohio State.
This is like having an extra running back in your backfield. This quarterback is magic. He decides to keep the football. He can make people look absolutely you on that one.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Guys, let's recap that Big 12 matchup that just went final moments ago. Kansas State looked like a serious force in what can only be described as a dominant win. This is a program that's won before, and they might just add some more hardware before this year is out. This game may...
It's recovered by the kicking team, and they get the ball right back.
Hey, as a return guy, you know that you're going to get popped. You know you've got guys that have a 50-yard run at you trying to dislodge the football. You've got to do a better job of ball security.
Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. They've already put a couple of scores up, and they look to add to it on this drive. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Looking downfield at St. Clair. In the middle, it's Jackson. That one takes him down to the 13-yard line.
This defense is going to have to be careful. Not only do they have to worry about this guy running the football, but they've got to keep their eye on him when he runs routes, too. He is a versatile.
They'll run the toss. Pulled down at the 11-yard line as they inch closer and closer to pay dirt.
Listen, the offensive coordinator's best friend in the red zone is the running game. Make guys commit near the line of scrimmage so I can throw it behind. This defense is good, but I'm going to challenge them. I'm going to try to be the more physical team. I love the play call. I think we keep running the football and stay physical.
They'll run the option. Oh, he can't hold the catch, and the ball's loose. Recovers the ball, and he's on the field.
Deep left, right, man. You fumble that thing, you cough it up, you're like, oh, I really appreciate you, brother. I can't tell you how much I thank you because the coaches would have been all over me, but big time break for the offense.
It's pulled down, and they'll try the field goal. This crowd trying to do its part to get inside the kicker's head. Not a chance. Missed it. Missed the field goal, but still a two-touchdown lead at 14.
And sometimes I just feel like fourth down, man. Just go for it every time. Like the field goal, miss, make, rain. And listen, kickers have improved the last couple of years, but you left some points off the scoreboard there.
Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. This offense has been stagnant so far. 1, 2, 3 kick the last time they had the ball, and this time really needing to get a score.
That's such a great physical play by their defense because this is one of the bigger, more physical running backs you'll see in the country, and we're used to seeing him push the pile the other direction. Not that time. It's the big guys up front on defense getting penetration, and they're sending him back for a tackle for loss.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Caught in the backfield. It's Payne. They make the stop. Pick up just a little bit of time to get to that first down mark. That throw and catch, a really good example of why coaches don't want a quarterback to get stuck on a particular target, isn't it, David?
Yep, it's exactly right. Find the guy who's open because you got so many guys that have so much speed that can do so much damage on the field. Find my matchup, get it to him, let him do the rest.
Close to the marker, it's done. Solid work and execution there. They'll have a first down as they mark it at the 40. And on that 3rd and short, I don't think he was unhappy to see that zone.
Nope, it was a great job by the offense. Hey, see where the holes in the zone are? Sit down. You only need a little bit of yards on this 3rd down. Get the conversion, move the sticks.
And it just squirted through his hands. He wanted to take off and got too anxious.
Good, wide open, big play opportunity. Hits him right between the numbers. You gotta make that play. Those are one of those where I tap my helmet like, dude, that was me. That was on me. My bad. Give me another opportunity later on.
He'll pull it on the read. This
to do a good job of understanding when to hand it off, when to pitch it, and try to keep this defense on their heels and read his keys. He's got a lot of talent. Just got to make sure he's making the right decisions moving forward.
And the defense gets home. Yippee-ki-yay at the 35.
And this offense, man, they're going to have to figure something out. This is already getting out of hand, but they're going to have to protect their quarterback. They're going to have to start throwing the football and having some success because right now they got a bagel up on the scoreboard.
Notre Dame lining up to punt it away. A fairly short distance here toward the sidelines, not his best work. Opening play of the drive from the 39. Back to throw, it's St. Clair. The short hand, it's Smith. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
Nice completion here, this wide receiver. And you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all year long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
Under fire. They get to him as he throws.
The offensive line has got to give him at least a little bit of time to survey the field. He had no chance that time, getting hit almost immediately after he got the ball.
The Volunteers going on high. Here comes the Thunder being shaken down. Third down. They'll go to the air. Finds a spot in the middle. That'll get the job done and move the chains, and they'll mark the ball at the 45.
And it's on third downs like this. If you want to attack the middle of the field, you got to look for the tight end. Really nice route. Great job looking that football in. You can tell this quarterback really has a lot of confidence when he's in the pocket looking for the big fella, and they're able to hook up there.
And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it.
Yeah, and I love taking deep shots. I think it makes quarterbacks play honest, safeties play honest, and you could tell just missed a little bit deep on that shot. But listen, those are shots that we want to take because the risk is definitely worth the reward.
He's open on the right. Ripping up the huge gain down to the 17-yard line.
And from a defense, I got to find a way to get some more pressure on the quarterback or disrupt their timing and their rhythm. I can't give them these big chunk plays through the air. I got to be maybe a little bit more aggressive or do something a little bit different.
And the Buckeyes come to the line with a fresh set of downs. From the red zone, he's going to throw it. He's got it on the run. Touchdown, Buckeyes. And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. They are seizing control and taking away hope as they push out the lead in this Week 8 showdown.
Man, I've been really impressed with this offense this first half. Coming in a hostile environment, hostile crowd, man, they haven't given them anything to cheer about. Offense, defense, now up 20-0, and these people are eerily quiet in here.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive in their own 25. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Send the tight end in motion. Looking downfield on first down. He'll take the deep shot. And that'll be incomplete. They tried to hit him with a big one on first down.
I think sometimes as a quarterback, when your offense offense is struggling. You don't have any points up on the board yet here at the end of the first half. You're just trying to take a shot to see if your guy can make a play. And that time, he thought he...
And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16. Timeout called here by the defense. It's the first one they've used this half.
We haven't even gotten to halftime yet. This offense has their hands full trying to keep this quarterback standing up straight. They've already given up multiple sacks. That's the biggest reason why they're trailing by as much as they are. They better go in at halftime and make some big-time adjustments.
On 3rd and long, a check down would be the last resort. Incomplete. He had to get rid of it before he wanted to. The defense put the heat on.
You can just start to sense the frustration building for this offense after that incompletion. Right now, setting up 4th down. They haven't yet scored a touchdown. They just can't find a rhythm in this game. Obviously, the defense, the big reason for that. But if this offense wants a chance to win, they've got to start stringing some completions together and get this quarterback in a better rhythm.
Scramble. QB got it himself. Inside the 35, knocked out of bounds. This offense with a big play, and they'll mark it at the 33. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 34. Looking to throw on 1st down. Fires to the wideout. Got it in the middle with Smith. Put it right on him. Sweet play, good pickup, and they'll move the chains with the 1st down.
And this has got to be so demoralizing for this defense right now. Having given up multiple 1st downs on this drive, somebody on defense has to step up, make a play, and stop the bleed.
They're in the red zone, and they'll pass it. Zings it complete to the right. They'll get it down to the 10-yard line on that completion. Timeout called by the offense, and now they just have 1 remaining in the half. Short in the half. Tight end finds a soft spot. Good throw and catch. Takes it down to the 5 as the offense tries to cash in. 1 snap coming before they head to the locker room. A 1st down run in the red zone. He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling. Quick timeout called by the offense after the play.
Their way in the first half offensively, and you know now, based on how this defense is playing with their confidence, that you are going to be challenged on every single snap. So buckle up, get your mind right, get ready to come back in this game.
The Irish come to the line facing 2nd and short.
42 Spider.
They'll go go to the ground. Stopped almost in his tracks, but strong enough to pick up one to the 35.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They'll get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Notre Dame now facing 3rd and inches. Trying to pick it up on the ground. He just needed a yard on 3rd down, and there just wasn't any room to pick it up.
This has got to be disappointing if you're the offense, guys. You were expecting to have a lot of success running the ball, especially against this defense, which has struggled so much this season, but just nothing doing. They have not been good enough in the trenches so far.
Hunt will bounce out of bounds, and they're going to spot it at the 25. Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. Handoff to the single back. Defense in the right spot. They stop him after a gain of 2 to the 28.
And the defense is doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. Looking for a crease, it's West. Picks up the 1st down. Breaks away on the left. Running inside the 20. And he ran away from the crowd and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Ohio State.
This offense looked unstoppable in the first half, lighting up the scoreboard, and it doesn't look much different here in the second half. They take their first drive of the 3rd quarter, march down the field and score. There is no end in sight for these guys.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Gentlemen, let's take a look at what's happening in a terrific top 15 matchup. USC has just had no answers today. You should see what the Trojan greats are saying on social media right now. Reggie Bush, Matt Leiter, talk about not safe for work. They're trailing by 17 to LSU. We'll circle back if anything big happens in this college football matchup.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it. Really nice pickup there as they have it out to the 44 with the 1st down.
That's a huge throw for the offense, but they're down by a ton. We're going to need a lot more of that, and it's not going to be easy considering the defense knows they're probably going to be throwing the ball every play here in the second half moving forward.
He'll step out of bounds just short of midfield. They'll mark it at the 49 after a good pickup on that play. Got the completion on the last play. Still some work to do on 2nd down. Motion from the wideout. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. Under heavy pressure, lets it fly. And it slips through his fingers. Incomplete. That would have been a huge game if he could have held on.
This is a top 25 defense, guys. One of the best units in the entire country. They're so good situationally, and they understand the importance of getting leads early, making the offense predictable, having to throw in these types of situations so they can adjust accordingly, and that's what they're doing right now. Their coverage is being dictated by the scoreboard. They're going to make it...
And this defense is a half a beat behind. They just can't quite keep up. They've got it down to the 21. After an unproductive first half and opening drive of the second half, the offense finally finding a little something to jumpstart them. They've got a 1st down. Using his legs, it's Young. You'll take 4 yards on 1st down every time, 2nd and 6. The Irish trying to strike gold in this red zone trip. The inside handoff. Stopped at the 13-yard line as they try to turn this into points.
I like the decision there in the RPO I know he only got a couple of yards, but that play's going to open up bigger opportunities throwing the football down the field in the RPO game, too. So keep handing it off to this guy. Let him see what he can do. And when the defense gives you the look to hold the football and then finally throw it, that's what you do.
Broke them just short of the sticks on the screen pass. They were banking on the yards after the catch, but that went into the negative column.
Yeah, and I'm banking on the ball coming out quick. When I'm a defense and understanding third and short, understand they're going to throw the ball really quickly, try to make a play. The defense knew it, broke on the football, made a nice tackle to force a fourth down.
Facing this double-digit deficit here in the second half, almost a no-brainer to go for it on fourth down. Going for the marker on the ground. They stop him short of the marker, and they'll turn it over on downs.
I like it. This defense plays aggressive on fourth and short, and they are rewarded. Figured they would run the football. They did. Nice job getting some penetration and stopping that fourth down play.
Leaves it with the running back. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, and listen, the offense has had their way, and they've had so much success and so much production. But listen, at least the defense got a rep. You know, maybe this gets you a spark. Maybe this gets you some energy. Maybe we'll see a little bit more life in this defense.
Yeah, they may not win the game, but I think this defensive coaching staff at this point, based on how this game has gone, they're just trying to find things to build off of. Maybe that's something they can point to as they get ready for their next opponent, of things they did right, things that they got to do more consistently moving forward.
The Buckeyes are at the line looking to convert on third and short. Little touch pass to the receiver. He couldn't find anywhere to go, and now it's fourth down.
And really nice job by the defense, understanding the situation. We know they like to run the touch pass. Great job selling out, seeing it, bringing those guys right down, flying into space, getting the fast, speedy wide receiver on the ground. Nice third down stop.
Hauls it in, looking for space. He was hoping for a little more running room, but they're able to get him down at the 45. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. Boy, that last drive, they had a chance to put 3 on the board and passed. This one needs to be productive, David.
I got no problem with aggressiveness. It was a pretty deep.
Nice move, create some space. A huge gain on that one before he ran out of bounds, and he has the first down.
No touchdowns yet, but that may change very soon after that long completion by the offense. Really great route, and a nice job looking that one in. He set his offense up now in the red zone. They're looking to score some points.
Moving out of the pocket. Looking for the score. Throw into the end zone, and it's picked off. Got some room to run. The 50, the 40. He's at the 20. And he will roll into the end zone. Touchdown, Buckeyes.
And that's a great job by the defender there, back in his own end. He knew he had to make a play. He jumped the route, caught it, and he takes it all the way back. Forget flipping the field. How about scoring a touchdown?
And he added the extra point. Kickoff unit has been busy as they have built a big lead, and they're trying to hold on to it. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. First play of the drive, wants to throw. Snagged in the middle. It's done. And the explosive play. They're on the move all the way to the 44.
And this 4 vertical play is something that every offense in the country has in their playbook, but they don't all run it as good as this offense does. Really nice job making the play call, but when you've got athletes like this and a quarterback that can fit the football into small windows, good things generally happen. That is tremendous execution on that pass play.
Throws toward the end zone. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch.
That's one of those plays where you're going, man, he probably could have made that. The defense wasn't great on the play, but guess what? It goes down as an incompletion. Those are one of those bullets that you got to dodge throughout a game to get the win, to limit those big plays.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Give to the back. And how about that play by that giant, that mountain of a man on the defensive front? Notre Dame facing a 3rd and long, trying to keep this drive alive. From the gun, wants to pass. Here he goes, breaking the pocket. The defense is there, and a great job to keep him from getting to that first down marker. He's hard to get a handle on. It'll be 4th and short. They'll leave the offense out there to try to get it past the marker and pick up the first. Motion from the back. They're throwing for it on 4th down. They make the catch, and the defense will force the turnover on downs.
And aggressive play calls. Everybody wants you to be aggressive. They're aggressive. They take their shot. Now they got to live with a little bit of the consequences. They turn the football over on downs. Now their defense has to go out of it.
There he goes. Stopped at the 47 after a 10-yard gain. Defense in press coverage. Well, guys, Ohio State has the lead here. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. So will the beatdown continue, or is this a comeback for the ages in store? We'll see as we start the 4th. Final stands of the game, and we'll start with the first down. Set, ready. To the ground, he's got it again. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and leading the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. It'll be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. On the ground, it's West. And a really short game before he gets a whole bunch of company from the defense.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. 4th quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
And the Buckeyes will try to pin them back with the punt. A high kick. Let's see if he can pin them back deep in their own end. And the punt team able to swing him to the ground. Here come the Irish back on offense. These last couple of drives, Jesse, have been about the defense making clutch stand.
I think for this offense, they can stay aggressive, knowing that their defense is going to bail them out time and time again.
Yeah, and especially when you go for those 4th down situations, you do that a lot of times because you know your defense can make stands, make stops. They did on that last possession.
They've got it 1st and 10 at the 50. Power football with the run.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not opening up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Here we go. Keep it on the ground. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. They need the 40 to convert here on third down. Easy. Takes the handoff. It's Young. He gets it oh so close to the first down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short.
Well, it's 4th and short, and you're sort of in no man's land at this point near midfield. Either on offense here, you're going to have to go for it. You're going to have to show confidence in your guys to get it done and go get you the win.
He'll get away another punt. He's been really active today, and no doubt he's going to earn his varsity letter. Not able to pop the big return, but they've got the ball back and ready to go with a fresh possession. Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. Here's another opportunity, Jesse, to stretch out this lead after punting last time.
I think it goes back to the playmakers, Reese. I think it's finding the guys that have been working for you earlier on in this game and getting them the football.
Yeah, and there's obviously no need to panic. I mean, think about it. You got the lead. You got the football. You got to be smart with the football, make your plays, put a good drive together.
They'll run it. They want to take their time here. Defense there to stop him after a gain of 1 to the 22.
And I know you can play these late game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position, you're in a great position to salt this clock away and get it done.
We've reached the 2-minute timeout. They have this game in hand right now. We'll see just how aggressive they want to be on offense. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. On the move. Now they'll really try to get this drive going. Good execution on 3rd down as they have it 1st and 10 at the 31.
QBs that can run completely change your game plan. I mean, every single bit of it. You have to understand now as a pass rusher, I got to keep him in the pocket. I got to understand all the zone read concepts and the power read and the jet read, all the different things they can do to you. So, you know, having a guy back there at the helm that can run the football, you better be alert of it from the first play to the end of the 4th quarter.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. Looks like the offense will just take a knee. Running out the clock, a mere formality between them and a victory as we have victory formation coming.